In order to be, it must always be in a state of becoming. That's in italics. The prophetic church must also accept an existence that is in dramatic tension between past and future, staying and going, speaking the word and keeping silent, being and not being. That was Hegel. The synthesis between being and not being is becoming. It's in the same paragraph. He says, there is no prophecy without this risk. So we've built a bridge to everything. Mike just said, not just in terms of the ideas of what role the church plays, how it ties and bleeds into education, everything we've talked about in this conference so far in addition, but also literally to the people that were identified as the movers and the shakers that made it go this way. Since we're building a bridge, let's do a quick review of how we got here, so we can then talk about where we're going. We started the other day by talking about the dialectical faith of leftism. What was that? That was the idea of Rousseau's leftism, a social contract being our governing thing, where we give up through a negative process some of our freedom to attain more freedom. This will lead us to bring man back to his true nature, while keeping the benefits of the cities. We're going to make savages who inhabit cities through a term that in German became Alphaben, the dialectical process. Hegel was inspired by this and mixes in his Hermetic alchemy, the dialectical trinity. The idea gives rise to the state in the position of the sun. The sun gives rise to the spirit of the society, which when it realizes the dialectical contradictions, stimulates a revolution that moves the dialectic to another turn through history. The trajectory of history is toward the awakening of the absolute, at the end of history, at the omega point, at the eschaton, clearly a theology. Marx picks these pieces up. Rousseau-Hegel mixes in flowerbox materialism, which was cast in Hegelian terms, and he comes up with this idea that we have to cast out the mystifications of Hegel, even the mystifications of Rousseau, and we have to look at this in a new way. We're going to stand Hegel on his head. We're going to turn this upside down. No longer is there going to be God at the top of the Trinity, but man at its bottom, man is becoming his own God. And this is the dialectical faith of leftism. This is the theology of Marxism. Marx brought in Gnostic alchemy to Hegel's plain old alchemy with a little bit of Gnosticism in it. With Rousseau's Gnostic leftism, the goal is that man is God in the making. Man is God who doesn't know he's God, but is becoming that, becoming aware of that, and then consciously seizing the means of production of society and man to make himself that which he already is, but does not know, just like the Hermetic view of Hegel was, that God doesn't know that he's truly God until he works it out through people setting free the shards of the preschool theology, the ancient theology, the unifying one true theology, which Marx identified as socialism in the form of perfect transcendence.